Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Today we're going to expand on a topic that some of you have given it a thumbs up, which is positive psychology. One of my favorite topics. But before we begin, hit subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button for any new videos that come on board. Hit the like button. Again, we're going to do positive psychology part 2. And so if you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, put them in the comment section. Make sure that you connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores or on Instagram at Back on Basics. And you can even message me in those two social media outlets. And let me know if you have a specific topic that you want me to talk about. So, positive psychology. Let's extend what positive psychology means, right? And again, if we look at our foundation, right? If we go back to the basics, back on basics, we have to look at our foundation. And the thing is, positive psychology helps a lot because it makes us things, and it makes us perceive things, and it makes us make sure that we're doing things the way that we want them to do. And so positive psychology helps us keep on going, moving forward. It's something that is very important in life, but it's very simple to do. It's what I said yesterday in the video. It's like putting a pencil in your mouth so that way your body thinks that you're smiling. That's positive psychology. I mean, and I don't even have a pencil or a pen in my mouth because your muscles here, right? I mean, I'm doing kind of like the Joker smile, but your muscles here actually are telling your body, "Hey, we're in a good mood," even though be in a good mood. But because it's something that is positive, then what happens is your body just shoots all those good endorphins and chemicals all over your body, and then your whole body now becomes focused. You're here in the present, right? You're utilizing your optimal mental ability and optimal health ability in the neutral zone, and so you're firing on all cylinders. You're thinking about many different things. It's kind of like somebody that if you have a contest about putting a puzzle together, right? And you have a box. You don't see the picture. You just have a box, and inside is a puzzle that's not put together. And you have other people. Let's say you have 2 more people, right? And so what's happening is you're seeing who does it the best and who does it first. So if there's 3 people, imagine that you are the one that's in the neutral zone, that's in the here and now, that's in the present, right? You're the one who's also using the cues all around you. So that way you can see what things you need to do, right? You're looking at it critically. You're not looking at it because you need to be the first. You're not looking at it because you think you're going to be the last and you're worrying. You're not looking at it with a lens from the past where you know that you're not that good at puzzles, and now those thoughts are in your head, and then now you're thinking too much and you're worrying and you're moving back to the past because you think that you're not going to be doing well. So imagine being 3 different people. This one, the person that you are, this person is focused in the present, is focused in, okay, I'm going to look at this puzzle, I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to see all the pieces, and I'm going to use critical thinking so that way I can get it done. Am I going to get it done first? That's one of the things that you want to do. But am I going to worry about getting it done first? No. I'm just going to focus in the here and now, and I'm going to put all these pieces together as fast as I can. The person next to you is actually looking into the future, right? And is looking at this puzzle with no picture, but you know that you have pieces. You don't know how many pieces you have, but you know you have pieces. And so you're worried about being first. So your mind is not here. It's not in the here and now. Your mind is 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. And depending if there's a time limit or not, that's where you are. That's where your mind is at that spot. You're not here. You're not paying attention. So guess what's happening, right? While your mind is looking, and you open the puzzle and your mind is looking at this puzzle, some of that is looking at the stuff that's right in front of you. But there's a part, and a lot of the times as human beings, we tend to worry too much. Let me say that again. We tend to worry too much. And I'm one of those. And I catch myself, and I have to bring myself back to the present, to the neutral zone, because I want to make sure that I'm making the best decisions possible in the here and now. Not later, not at another time, in the here and now. And so it's interesting because, here, let me move over a little bit, because it's amazing what the mind does. Our mind and our body connected can actually create this balance, that you are that pebble. Remember, I've said it over and over and over again. You're going to get tired of hearing me tell you this story of the pebble that gets thrown down in a snowy mountain or a snowy hill. And as it goes down, it compacts and then attaches, the snow attaches to the pebble, and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you get faster and faster and faster. And then you get more velocity and more speed. And then guess what? You should know by now that by the time you get to a certain point, there's no stopping you. Nobody's going to stop you. Nobody. But you need to be in the present. You need to be in the here and now. So let's go back to that person, right? That's worrying about the future and saying, oh, in 20 minutes and 30 minutes, I'm going to have to be the first one. I'm going to have to be the first one. And so guess what? That mental capacity is being divided by 2, right? It's being divided here in the puzzle to make sure that you put it together, but it's being divided out in front 25 minutes from now, which doesn't exist. It does not exist. It only exists in your mind because that's in the future, right? It doesn't exist here and now. It doesn't exist in the neutral zone. It doesn't exist. And so now you're worrying about the future, and you want to be first, and you want to finish this puzzle within the allotted time. And then you're looking at this puzzle and you can't figure it out because you're not using 100% or close to 100% of your mental capacity. Then what? You're not in the neutral zone. Be in the neutral zone, because that's where you will be at your optimal level. So now we go back and we go to the other side, right? And you have somebody that's looking at this puzzle with no picture, don't know how many pictures, how many pieces there are, right? Exactly like everybody else. But he or she's not looking into the future. He's actually, or she's actually saying, I've done these before. I'm not that good at them. So now you're going backwards, back, and you're moving backwards. And now you're worrying, and you're worrying because past experiences are attaching to the here and now, the present, and you're attaching more and more experience. And now guess what? It's not just past experiences. Now you have worry. Now you have anxiety. Now you have analysis paralysis, which means that the more you analyze something, the more you can't do it. Analysis paralysis. And so it's key that you're in the present. So this person is worrying about past experiences. He or she hasn't even opened the box, and this box contains the most anxious thing that they can do, or the most anxious thing that they have done in the past, and they have failed or they have come close to failing. And so it's attached to, guess what? Anxiety, failure. And now you're stuck in the past, right? You're moving back to the last time you did it, or the last few times you did it. And the thing is, you're telling yourself, I'm not good at this. I'm not going to get this done. I only have 25 to 30 minutes. What are they saying? This is a contest. I'm not going to be able to do this contest. So guess what happens? You failed already. You failed because you're already setting yourself up for failure. You're already setting yourself up, and you're already having this self-talk with yourself. Again, self-talk, right? You're already having this self-talk telling yourself, it's okay. I may not be the first this time. It's okay. I'm not gonna be able to do this because in the past I have not been able to do it. So while the person that's looking in the past, this person is already failed. The person next to him or her that is in the present moment, is in the neutral zone, is actually adapting as he or she goes, and they're looking just here, not up, not into the future, not into the past. Don't worry about the time. You do as fast as you could, right? And you're looking at it here. You're looking at different things. Your mind is not only processing the pictures, but it's processing the shapes of the puzzle pieces, because guess what? You've seen puzzles before, and you know that all puzzles have edges. If they're squared or they're rectangle, they have edges. And so you try to build it either from the edges, or you try to do it in the center, or you try to do it because you see a bus. I see a bus. Maybe I can find another bus. And then you start putting it together, and it comes together, and you see an edge, then you see another edge, and another edge, and another edge, and it comes together. And guess what? You're done. Right? Because you're here and now, because you're not going to the past, and you're not worrying about the future. And then the person right next to you, right, is still worrying about the future, still worrying about those 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And the way that they're looking at, it's splitting the time. It's splitting that mental capacity into not just two, but into other things. And now you have to worry about, oh, I'm feeling anxious. I'm very nervous. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish within that timeline. So now you're worried about the future when the future hasn't even happened. But guess what? That person already lost as well, because they're not using the optimal mental capacity. They're not using it because worries, anxieties, thinking about the future, thinking about limitations, thinking about stuff that may happen in the future, but not necessarily may come true. They're worried about those things. Believe me, I've done that. I get it. I have psyched myself out of a lot of different things, and I regret it. And then I'm in the past, and I worry that I'm going to do it again if I get into that same situation. That's the reason why I'm telling you this model of how to be in the present, of how that you're adapting, how you are here, how you're using your mental and your physical capacity to the fullest, right? And so, again, it sounds simple. And once you practice it, it will become simple. And then you won't be looking and building a future that's not there yet. And you won't be going back to past experiences, because, again, we're human beings. We have emotions. We have anxiety. We have nervousness. We have depressive states. We have a lot of different things. Guess what? That's the reason why us or your kids are not able to take tests at the best of their abilities. This is exactly the same thing, because either your kids that are students are either thinking ahead and saying, I'm going to fail this thing because I don't know how I'm going to put this together. I don't know, and I don't know about this time limit, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to study today. Or they're in the past because they have failed similar tests in the past, and now they're worried because that happened, that this is going to happen. And so in both of those situations, they already failed. I mean, because they're not in the present, because they're not in the neutral zone. Remember, you need to be in the neutral zone. You need to optimize your brain capacity and your physical capacity. You know, it's simple before, because they used to split those up. It's like if you were doing school and everything, you would use your mental capacity, and that was it, right? Those were some of the theories that in the past they had. If you were doing something physical, then you would use your physical capacity, and that was it, and that was separate. But my favorite kind of psychology, which is cognitive psychology, says, remember, I'm a broken record. If you think it, you do it. If you do it, you think it. It's a two-way street. You have to have a mind and the body balance, right? In order for you to be at your optimal level. And if you add to the fact that you're here, right? You're not looking to the future. You're not looking to the past. This is the task that I'm going to finish right now. Like right now, at 7:57 p.m. Pacific time, I am here with you. Here. There's other things going on that needs to be done. There's other things that I should be worried about. But guess what? I'm here with you because I want to help you, because I'm part of your support system. And I want to make sure that I give you as much topics that will help you go and make sure that your foundation, right? Your basic foundation is solid as a rock. And so again, being in the present, right? And in the here and now, being mindful, being aware of your surroundings, right? Taking advantage of your support system, connecting with your mentors so they can show you how to adapt. Again, what I said yesterday's video, let your village take care of you. If you try to do it by yourself, then you're a team of one. I want to be a team of many, because you know what? All that mental capacity put together, whenever I need advice, or whenever I need support, or whenever I need emotional support, is better than trying to self-soothe myself. So again, right? Be in the moment. Be in the neutral zone. Be that pebble that can't be stopped as it goes down and it becomes bigger and it becomes faster with a lot of velocity. Make sure that you are at your optimal level. All of us have the capacity to dream. All of us have the capacity to pretend play. We did that when we were little. You know what? I wanted to be a priest when I was little. I used to hold masses in my parents' house, and I would invite my friends, and I would do sermons, and I would do this, and I would bring out honestly, I think I would bring out a tortilla, and I would break it, and I would give it like as if it was the Eucharist. But I was pretending, right? But at certain point, you can't really pretend. You have to be in the present in order for you to be optimal, right? If you're taking a test, you have to be in the present. Students, if you're taking a test, you have to be in the present. And if for some reason you can't be in the present because of things beyond your control, then you need some support from the school, from different departments in the school, and make sure that you have the support that you need, so that way you can take at your optimal level. You may need a separate setting. You may need to have headphones with no music on, but just to cancel the noise out. You may need different things so that way you're optimal. Don't be afraid to ask for, or don't be afraid to suggest some of the things that work for you at home so that way you can be optimal at school. I'm not saying for you to listen to music all day because, again, that's bringing your mental capacity into many different aspects. All I'm saying is supporting so that way you can focus, so that way you can be in the present, so that way you can be able to be here and now and be able to finish without worrying about or building a future that's false because it's in the future, it hasn't happened, or worrying about past experiences that could happen, but more than likely it won't unless it gets in your head. And then the percentage of increase that it could happen may increase even more. So again, be in the present. Make sure. Why is this positive psychology? Because a lot has to do with the mind-body balance. Mind-body balance. Building a future is not positive psychology. That's wishing. Going back into the past and kind of looking and scanning for past experiences of activities that are similar to what you're going to do right now is not positive psychology. That's anxiety. That's worrisome. That's you psyching yourself out that you won't be able to do it because now you can prove that you haven't done it before. So now your mind is already thinking, well, we may not be able to do it today. So again, that's the reason why being here now, being in the present, right? Being in the neutral zone and just thinking here, not building a false future, not worrying about past experiences, by being in the here and now is positive psychology. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back Home Basics 9985. Hit the notification button of new videos that are going to come on board. It's close to 140. So thank you. Hit the like button. Positive Psychology Part 2. And if you have any comments or if you have any topics, put them in the comment section. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. So, until next time, stay in the present. Here, you'll be successful. And you'll see it. And your mind will get stronger and stronger and stronger because you'll be able to do it easier. It's not going to be easiest, but it'll be easier for you to get into that mindset to be in your neutral zone. Back on Basics.